America's major airlines fly to a lot of airports throughout the country, and if you've flown into a smaller city, you know the experience of being packed into a tiny plane and being asked to gate check your bag because there isn't enough space in the overhead bin for everyone to share. What you likely don't know is what airline you're actually flying with. Say, for example, you buy a ticket on United Flight 4939 to Presque Isle, Maine, which is one of only 2 flights a day that land there, unless you're going on a weekend when it's the only flight, and you buy that ticket on United's website. You go to the airport, check in at the United desk, get a boarding pass with the United logo on it, see the departure board says your flight is in fact on time, then you board the plane that says United across the side. If you look closely when boarding, you'll notice it says the United Express, but whatever, it's still clearly a United flight, right? Well, no, not really. This is United Flight 4939, but it isn't flown by United. It's actually flown by regional airline Commute Air. This airline you've never heard of owns the uncomfortable little plane, hires the pilot to fly the plane along with the flight attendants, and operates the flight. All 3 of the big airlines do this, so chances are if you've been on a flight that sounds a lot like this one, it was operated by a regional airline. The regional airlines who fly these routes are known as affiliated airlines. They operate flights on behalf of the major carriers using a sub-brand, like how Commute Air operates under the United Express brand. Each sub-brand uses multiple regional airlines, and many regional airlines operate for multiple sub-brands. The king of regional airlines, SkyWest, operates flights for all 3 plus Alaska Airlines. You would be forgiven for not knowing your flight is operated by a regional airline, because they do everything possible to become the brand they're doing business as. Not only are airlines painted with the logo, the interior has the same seating designs, flight attendants wear the same uniforms, tickets are sold through the same website, earning you the same frequent flyer points, and checked bags are moved on to connecting flights for you. And there's a good chance you'll need your bags put onto a connecting flight, because regional carriers are generally used to run feeder routes, which, as the name implies, feed passengers from small airports into the carrier's network through a hub, where they then catch a connecting flight to the final destination. This business model leaves regional airlines flying small aircraft with 50 to 76 seats to small airports on low-demand routes. What's funny about that is that since the US aviation market consists largely of small regional airports, the airlines who operate these routes can be very big. On the list of largest US airlines by domestic passengers flown in 2017, SkyWest was number 6, moving over 35 million passengers, putting them above Frontier, Spirit, and Alaska. That's right, the airline operating regional flights for Alaska Airlines handles more passengers than Alaska Airlines. Keep in mind that SkyWest is only one of many. Republic Airways is number 9 on that list. If you combine the passenger count for the top 10 regional airlines, they collectively serve over 136 million passengers. That makes their annual passenger numbers large enough to compete with mainline carriers. To put that into a different perspective, the regional airline market makes up 41% of all domestic departures. Remember a couple minutes ago when I told you America has a lot of small airports? Well, of all the airports in the country that have scheduled passenger service, 63% are only served by regional airlines. All of this might leave you thinking, why would airlines use regional carriers instead of flying these routes themselves? There are a couple reasons. Flying small, low-demand routes may not generate enough traffic to be profitable. To combat that, they outsource to regional airlines, who can often have lower labor costs by hiring less skilled or non-union staff who are paid less than their mainline counterparts. Now, I'm going to pause there for a moment to say that this is a very simple overview, and there is a lot more under the surface, but that's a discussion for another time. Many airline professionals begin their career at a regional carrier to later be hired by the partner after gaining experience on the job. And that's a logical step to make, not just because spending years pretending to work for an airline is good experience for actually working at that airline, but many regional airlines have career programs with their partners that provide guaranteed interviews and a clear path for career development. This might also be a good point to mention that some regional airlines are wholly owned by the large airlines they operate for. Endeavour Air is a wholly owned subsidiary of Delta Airlines, while American Airlines Group owns Envoy Air, Piedmont Airlines, and PSA Airlines. As for the other regional airlines, SkyWest Incorporated owns ExpressJet, then there's Transstate Holdings, who owns Transstate Airlines, Compass Airlines, and GoJet Airlines, because business. So in short, affiliated regional airlines fly small planes for big airlines. Thanks for watching. If you didn't like this video, there's a button for that. But if you did like it and want me to make more stuff like this, then hit that like button to let me know and share it with your friends so they can enjoy it too. If you want to see any future videos I make, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon.